This is Vermont's Utility Outlook, the Velco Weather Hazards Outlook. This is valid the rest of today, Tuesday, through next Monday, June the 1st. Well, our main issues for utilities will be a threat tomorrow, that is during Wednesday and into Wednesday night and the morning hours on Thursday. And this will be for potentially strong, potentially severe thunderstorms that will be working in. We also have this accompanied by strong heat indices, as dew point temperatures are going to be rather warm, and max temperatures get into that 85 to 90 degree realm during the day tomorrow, Wednesday. Now, another shot of shower and thunderstorm activity, some strong, potentially severe, will arrive fairly late in the day on Saturday. This will last into Saturday night for the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms. Best project weather, the rest of Tuesday today. Looks like we're seeing the last of any kind of precipitation move out of the region. And again, this will reoccur with some spectacularly nice project weather on Friday. It'll be warm at that point in time. And then again on Monday, following a fairly strong cold front that'll move through, it looks like Saturday night and Sunday morning. And that'll be a cooler area of higher pressure. So any kind of strenuous activities might be best put off until next Monday, when an area of higher pressure builds in across Quebec and brings us some great project weather then. So the heat index gets right up there, it looks like, on Wednesday. That's tomorrow, especially just ahead of the thunderstorm activity. But heat indices will also be with us again along about Saturday as we once again pull up higher dew point temperatures, instability, and some warmth where temperatures get into the 80s once again. This is, again, looking at the storm system that's been plaguing the plains and central and southern parts of the plains into the Gulf coastal region. This is the last impulse. This is going to be taking a track up through the Great Lakes and then introduce us to more moisture as we get into the day tomorrow. Right now, we're looking at good project weather with sunshine up ahead, and that's going to be overspreading all of our region, and a little bit of a cap, that is a little bit more stable conditions, and dew point temperatures actually make a little bit of a downward tick. This is really best explained with the precipitable water, and you can see that's in the green and shades of yellow here. This is the high moisture content as compared to low moisture content in the darker browns there. So this today is the reason why we're seeing better project weather for this Tuesday. So we have a little bit of that lower moisture, but it comes zooming in, it looks like, during the night tonight, and then sets the stage during the day tomorrow with tapping in some strong torrential downpours and the possibility of flooding. The local bullseyes could easily exceed an inch, maybe inch and a half, if we see any training thunderstorms during the day tomorrow. Now, that'll last into tomorrow night and into the early morning hours on Thursday before drier air begins to move on in. You can see the brown colors there beginning to shift into the region. And this is an area of higher pressure, then that will pull and push that moisture back up so it recharges and returns. That's typically the case. And we'll start to see the next situation for us with those yellows up around almost 2 inches of precipitable water. That'll be working in, it looks like, on Saturday night during the overnight period into early Sunday morning. Then we have a cold front that dries things out, and then you can see the pattern repeats itself to some degree. Okay, in terms of the dailies here, this looking at the precipitation and synoptic setup here across the eastern half of the U.S. Well, this is valid at 8 o'clock tonight, this evening, Tuesday evening, and you can see relatively dry conditions. A little bit of shower activity starts to creep in. Then this axis will be the main firing line for showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening hours tomorrow. So we'll have a lot of accompaniment all the way down the eastern seaboard. And then that moves on out. A cold front moves on through, introduces to drier air. And then we see that area of higher pressure build in for some real nice dry weather on Friday. And then as we get into Saturday night, we see a fairly potent cold front here, if it stays like this. Some waves along that frontal system, and some pretty healthy rainfall beginning to move into the region. This will be during the overnight period on into Sunday morning. So if this were to be the timing, and I'm not really sure it's going to stay like this, chances are good that we would probably lose a lot of the severe weather aspect, but it still looks like we could see some strong storms. That frontal system then pushes on through by this 1030 millibar area of higher pressure over Quebec, and well, then we're into some much better conditions as we get into Monday. This is valid about 2 o'clock next Monday. Again, great project weather and probably cooler temperatures held back basically in the 60s or 70s. The GFS ensembles show precipitation, nothing real of any great shakes here. This is the Water Prediction Center 7-day total accumulated precipitation, and we're starting to get healthy amounts now. This is the blue line here is the 1-inch line. This is the half-inch line. So we're up to 1.5 and almost 2 inches, and it looks like the bullseye for heaviest rainfall is going to be across Pennsylvania into upstate New York. The Albany-Schenectady area is mostly central upstate, and but definitely some healthy precipitation. We could really use it to recharge our local groundwater tables and keep things green. And it looks like that is going to be the case. Let's switch over to temperature now. Temperatures, this is valid for the next 5 afternoons, and we're going to be running a little bit above normal, not by too much, but then the 3-day jump there shows that valid 3 to 7 days out, again holding a little bit above normal. So cooler to the west of us. It's warming up again along the drought-stricken areas of the interior west, and it's going to be a little bit warmer than normal across the eastern seaboard, but cooler than normal just off the coast. This is the European and GFS ensemble showing the temperatures tomorrow. This would be actually valid here today, Tuesday, and this is valid Wednesday. This would be Thursday afternoon's highs back down to the 70s, and then Friday we're back up around the 80 or low 80s. Saturday around the 80s or low 80s, and you see a pretty good plunge in temperature here with a lot of model uncertainty on Monday, but temperatures held basically into the 60s, perhaps the 70s. So Sunday and Monday of next week look like a little bit of a cool down here. It does look like we're not going to see temperatures cold enough for frost, however. This is the climate forecast system ensembles, and you can see that we're above normal with this line here, and this is max min, max min, max min, and so forth. The 27th, 28th, 30th, and so forth. We see a pretty good fall in temperature, and this is going to be that what takes place, it looks like, on Saturday night, Sunday, and then a build up right back into well, relatively close normal summer weather. You can see what could be a well above normal maximum temperature. That would be along about the 16th of June. I wouldn't take a lot of this for granted here, but there is some indications there's some kind of a warming down the road here. So over the last 7 days, what's been fairly persistent is a lot of storminess. It just seems like every shortwave trough that lands here picks up a lot of Gulf of Mexico moisture and has been just unloading a tremendous amount of moisture across parts of Texas. And then most recently, we have areas of higher pressure building off the eastern seaboard, almost in the fashion of a Bermuda high, and then it spreads up and around and over the top of it, and we get most of our weather coming in via the Great Lakes, as we're seeing right there. That's it. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.